I saw a thing recently about the Google icons because they rebranded them or changed the iconography like a few months ago. And they used to be pretty distinct, and now they're just like all of them just look like variations on the same shape and color. And they're like, to anyone who's like colorblind or anything else, this is just a nightmare.
Yeah. A slosh of gray. Slosha Gray sounds like a actress's name.
Slosha?
Yeah. Yeah. Slosha Barracohen. Upcoming character.
I love that name.
Previously in the Brotherverse.
Perry, you have been transported 20 years in the future, and now we cannot bring you back. And you see him blip out of existence, and he appears next to you guys.
This is the Prince of Omnia.
He also seems to be unstable.
Yeah, like temporally unstable.
And emotionally.
Sage, I'm so glad that you're back. I think that we have to close up shop here and fly to somewhere else with the Valkyrie. It's not safe for the people of Kultan anymore. Everyone, get to your stations. We have to take off immediately. Last time, you guys made it back from the past, and you had Percy in hand, and Percy started shifting in space and time, and Sage had to knock him out to... Perry started shifting in space and time, and you guys knocked him out and then made your way back to the Valkyrie, where you met up with Percy. There we go. And you got to see Sage go back in her Zana memory bank and replay some Talus memories for you. And you also found out that there is a man named Talus.
So
Talus
Percy met Perry, and we heard about Talus's talismans.
Yeah. I need to really do better at naming things.
Get a Slosha in there.
A Slosha. Yeah. Slosha Gray or Slosha Fierce.
Slosha Fierce. It's like the anti-Beyonce.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
Can something Greyheart be reborn as Slosha Fierce?
That's her
stage name?
Stage name! Slosha Fierce.
Slosha.
Oh my god.
Yes.
At the next Festival of Light, Slosha Fierce will perform.
Festival of the Moon. Oh yeah, Festival of Light too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Both. She's got a full schedule.
Yeah, she's hot on the tours of next year. 2021 is the year of Slosha Fierce. You heard it here, everybody. So now you guys are in the Valkyrie, and I'm going to say it's been a day since we last left you, so you've gotten a full night's rest in the belly of the Valkyrie, and you are now waking up in the morning, and you guys have just been flying in the Valkyrie, and it's been pretty uneventful. You know that Percy and Sage have been working on trying to figure out Perry's ordeal, and get information out of him. But so you are waking up and you see the light of dawn spilling through the portholes of the Valkyrie into your dorm rooms. I like to think you guys still stay in dorm rooms even though you're very accomplished adventurers at this point.
With thousands of platinum.
Yeah, we haven't let it go to our head.
That's good. It's good to
Just
stay humble.
a few crewmates like the rest of you. Put our crew pants on one crew leg at a time.
Crew pants just get a little tighter each time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still in Kultan?
So you took off from Kultan.
Oh yeah,
so
we're headed to
you're about
Toth.
a day. Yeah, so you guys have just been in the air for about a day at this point. So you're probably over the like Arctic oceans.
Good morning.
Orc's hard at work on his book. He's been writing all night.
Oh damn.
Henry has been sleeping all night and feels very refreshed.
Has Orc just been entering states of rage to like get in character for writing?
Rage right.
I'm getting hammered.
Yeah.
just to stay awake.
It's all caps.
It's like Orcarol. You just keep writing and staying awake.
Yeah. In the words of Hemingway, write while raging, edit sober.
Yeah.
Edit calm.
Edit calm. How's that book coming, Orc?
Amazing. It's like the best book ever written.
Yeah?
Can we hear a little bit?
No.
Oh.
What about like a synopsis? Do you have like a...
Or about the author?
Oh yeah. I need one of those.
Clip broad notes.
Clip broad notes. It's a tale of an orc who's super strong and charismatic and sexy, and he goes around saving the world from evil little lizards.
Was that the title?
Yeah?
I love it. It's wonderful.
The title is It's About an Orc.
Who is very strong.
It's like a Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah. By Orc with Clipboard.
I feel like on first listen, this sounds like it might have some copyright infringement with other historical figures in this realm.
What? Salamander guy?
Yes, salamander guy.
He killed salamanders. My character is fighting lizards.
Okay.
Is this fiction?
Yeah, it's on my brain.
Well, yeah, okay. I wouldn't say those are necessarily one and the same, but yeah.
But it's not about his brain.
I'm just impressed that Orc's literate.
I mean, we haven't checked the pages yet.
Yeah.
It's a picture book. I would love that. That's something that you have to make, Chris, for us to post on the Instagram stories. Is just like a shitty crayon drawing of Orcs.
Orc's actual book. Yeah, I'll do that.
A page of the book.
Yeah, I'll make
Yeah.
this book.
Yeah.
It's like Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely. All right, I'll make the book. Stay tuned.
Dope. Okay, so as you were writing this picture book, you hear an announcement come over the intercom, and it's Sage's voice, and she says,
Yenri, Orc, and Puff, can you please come to the command deck? We have urgent items to discuss.
Oh, Sage, you're on the intercom. Usually you have someone else do this.
I know, this felt really important to say myself.
Okay, be there in a sec.
Wow.
Perfect.
All right.
Still weirds me out.
I can hear every word you're saying.
Yeah, we don't have like an activate button or anything. Always,
It's
listening?
once you answer, you're basically checking the I agree to the terms and conditions box of the intercom.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your britches on and go to the bridge.
My crew pants.
Yeah.
A bridge britches?
Prestidigit depends, and bridge britches are sold in the same section at Target.
Fantasy Target.
Fantasy Target.
At JC Valkyrie.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys get dressed and you head up to the command deck, and I don't know what I usually call that. Command deck doesn't sound right to me. But you head up to the bridge, and you see Percy and Grim and Sage standing around a table, and Percy is hovering in the air in front of them, kind of just starfished out, and he has this blue bubble surrounding him with these like morphing lights that are moving around it. And Sage looks in your direction and she waves you over, and you walk over, and she says, "Thanks for joining us. You know, we've been trying to get more information out of Perry, but his condition has worsened significantly since we brought him onto the Valkyrie. Once he woke up, he was basically blipping in and out of space, and we had to cast a stasis spell on him to keep him here. We're not sure what to do at this point. Percy's been working with him, and he at least cast a spell, but we're trying to figure out how we can stabilize him in some way. He's temporally unstable. And you look at Perry, and he's just frozen with this like awkward scream on his face in this bubble. And,
oh wait, you say Percy was floating or Perry is floating?
Sorry, Perry is floating.
Okay.
Did I say Percy? Yeah, Perry is floating in the bubble. So Percy turns to both of them and he says, well, I just had an idea, but I don't know if you're going to like it. Grim, wasn't your dad like a clockmaker or a horologist? And Grim looks at him and says, yeah, but that guy, I can't stand that guy. We haven't talked to each other in years.
Oh, Grim has daddy issues?
And his dad's a horologist?
When you say it like that.
With that slight
Did I hear that right?
Yeah, a horologist.
horology.
And Percy says, I know you've talked about him in the past and that he's quite the clockmaker and master of time magic and devices. Like maybe there's something he can do to help us to stabilize this guy, since he's, from everything that I can tell, he's just temporally unstable since he traveled back to the future with these guys. And Grim just looks down and looks like he's like, well, as much as I have a hard time maybe going back home, you're probably right. He probably could help us. I guess we can head out and go say hi to him. And he looks at Sage, he's like, is this really our best option? And Sage just looks at him and says, I mean, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Let's meet Papa Grim.
Yeah.
Hey.
And so Grim salutes at Sage, and Sage says, we're going to be driving the Valkyrie to the same location. So if I remember correctly, your family lives in the city of Doomdumdorf? I was like, yep, that's right, Doomdumdorf. It's like, all right, well, we'll be traveling to that same area in the Forgotten Mountains. It seems like a good hiding place for the Valkyrie, and it's relatively on the way to Toth. It gets us closer. So you go ahead in the Ravens, and we'll meet you there in a day. And Grim nods his head at her, and he waves at you guys to follow him. And you guys exit the bridge, and you go to Grim's hangar, and he has a few new ravens there that he's been growing, but you guys have your ravens there as well, and they're all sitting there and ruffling their feathers. And Grim goes over and picks this one that's like fiery red. It almost looks like it has phoenix wings on it. And he looks at you guys. He's like, it's like, this is going to be interesting. He's like, I haven't been home in probably 100 years. It's like, my parents are great people. Don't worry about it. It's just they're like a little too loving, if that makes sense. And like, they're always like talking me up when I go home for like me being in high school and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's super awkward. So I've just kind of like kept my distance for a while, but yeah, so.
Yeah, it must be really hard to have loving parents, Grim.
Yeah, who are alive.
Yeah, I know it's a bad thing to complain about, but going back to your like small town when like some of your friends are still there and like you don't necessarily want to talk with them, it's kind of awkward. It's like I like to just like play with machines, like I just don't like to deal with that stuff. But
Most people from my hometown are dead.
I'm sorry to hear that. I guess I should be a little more grateful.
That's the subtext. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This has been a good therapy session, guys. All right, let's get on these birds.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys hop on your ravens and you run down the runway and take off into the sky, and you start to see the Valkyrie disappear in the clouds behind you. And actually, as you exit the Valkyrie, you see it completely disappear. because May is still casting like these cloaking spells on the Valkyrie to keep it hidden from the Guardians. So it disappears and like you just see sky behind you. So you keep moving and for a few hours and you're going at a pretty good pace. And Grim is doing some tricks in his Raven next to you guys and just flying as little embers come off the wings of his Raven. And you start to see some mountains in front of you. And these mountains look really black and dark. This whole area almost looks scorched. And you can see some areas where it looks like lava's pouring out of rock and coming down these volcanic areas. And everything looks to be pretty dead. And Grim yells at you guys as you're flying next to him. He says, "We're flying into Doomdumdorth. It's not much to look at because of all the fire and whatnot, but this has been a dwarven stronghold for thousands of years. It's like my high school's right down here. You can kind of start to see it there, the Doomdumdorth High." It's like, oh man, this is really bringing back a lot of memories.
I feel like you're slipping into a hometown accent or something.
Yeah, you know what kind of hits once you come back here. It's kind of hard not to.
Is the first part of the name Doomdumdorf indicative of the type of town here? Is Doom sort of part of this with the fire and the lava?
No, it's a pretty cheery place actually, minus the fire and stuff. Like it's a really close knit community, a lot of support, a lot of great organizations like shrines and churches and stuff like that. It's actually pretty nice.
Okay.
Just not a lot of vegetation, more like instead of like going to the river to feed ducks, you're like throwing rocks into the lava pools.
Sounds awesome.
That does sound cool.
Yeah. All right, well let's start touching down here. Like I haven't seen my mom and dad in like 100 years, so it's going to be interesting.
Wow.
Just kind of showing up out of the blue, but I mean they always keep the place spick and span. It'll be good to see them.
I hope this isn't a Mines of Moria situation.
Oh, no.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are circling the sky a little bit, and then you start coming closer to the ground, and there's this sprawling dwarven village beneath you. And you're a little bit on the outskirts, and you seem to be heading towards this small house with a thatched roof that has a large corral in the back, and there's some cows and goats in it that are running around, and they look super skinny. They're like trying to feed on like the little bit of vegetation that's growing in the rocks there. And you also see this giant wooden structure that is behind the house that looks partially unfinished. And it's really large and has a bunch of like weird colored paint on it. And you can't quite discern what it is. But you pull in and you land on the ground in front of this house. And Grim gets off his bird and he says to you guys like, "So yeah, my parents are gonna offer to cook us dinner and do a lot of stuff, and yeah, just be nice to them, and they're good people."
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you nervous? I'm nervous.
I'm not gonna be mean to your parents, Grim. Don't worry.
No, sorry. This is just internalized strife that I'm going through right here. It's just it's been a while.
What are their names?
Their names are Mom and Dad.
They never told you their real names?
No, that's just in Dwarven, once you get past the age of 700, if you have kids, your names are automatically changed to Mom and Dad.
That seems a little confusing.
There's still surnames. So it's like Mom Forehammer and Dad Forehammer.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, you can feel totally comfortable calling them Mom and Dad because everyone does.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that's
Okay.
actually sounds kind of nice.
I know, tight-knit community, us dwarves.
Well, are you ready to go say hi?
I think so. So he like pumps up his chest a little bit and he like licks his hands and slicks his eyebrows back. And he goes up and knocks on the door. And you hear it creak open and there's this even older dwarf man standing there. And he says, "Oh my God, my boy! He's come back! The prodigal son returns! And he hugs Grim, and Grim's like, hey, Dad, sorry it's been a little while. It's a really tight hug you got there. I'd like to introduce you to my friends here. This is Orc, Puff, and Yenri. He says, oh boy, nice to meet you there. I'm really happy you came here. Sorry, the place is a little bit burned. It's just the mountains and the lava here. Please come on in. I'll introduce you to my wife, Mom.
It's great to meet you, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
It's nice to meet you too. All right, and you guys come in, and it's a pretty simple looking house. They have some like wilted flowers in a pot, and they've got a lot of really, really nice furniture too. This guy looks like he's a carpenter. And you look on the wall, and there's just cuckoo clocks everywhere. Like, there's cuckoo clocks on, like, every bit of space there. And he walks in, he's like, you guys came at just the right time. You're about to see the grand show. And he's, like, looking at this giant watch that he has on his wrist. And he's like, 3, 2, 1. And then all the cuckoo clocks just go off at the same time. And it's just deafeningly loud. Cuckoo clocks.
Oh, I have sensitive ears.
And then all the cuckoos subside, and there's one little last like cuckoo right at the end as the last one goes off. He's like, this is my grand collection of everything that I've built over the years. It's just, I love clocks. I love clockwork. It's my life's passion, you know.
How often does that happen?
Every hour.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Awesome.
And Grim is sitting there with like his hand like on his head, just kind of face palming a little bit. He's like, so Dad, where's Mom at? He's like, oh, she's in the back just getting some milk from the goats. She'll be here in just a moment. And he goes in like to the sink and he pours you guys water and he beckons you over to the table and you sit down. And he asks you guys like, so what do I have the pleasure of having you here for? It's not every day your son leaves for 100 years and then comes back just out of the blue.
Well, we hear you're a horologist, and we've got a bit of a time problem on our hands.
Well, I'm glad you found the time to come see me.
Oh boy.
Ha ha.
Dad hits it with the dad jokes.
I got a load of them.
Really earned that title.
Yeah, well, we took a little adventure to the past and sort of brought someone back to the future with us.
Fascinating.
And he's not doing so well.
Yeah, he's kind of temporally unstable.
Ooh, look at you with the time words.
Yeah.
Apparently a clockmaker would know what to do about this.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. When they told me you were a horologist, I had really different expectations in mind.
And was more excited, honestly.
Like, oh yes, that misconception happens a lot. It's a unfortunate word play difference. I don't know. Let's move on. So, clocks.
I'm not an etymologist. I'm a horologist.
It's like, yeah, but if you must understand that clocks are just part of my interest, but like the study of time magically is something I have been studying for 700 years. And so I think I might be able to help you out. It sounds like your friend's timeline might have been spliced.
Spliced?
Yes, spliced. And so it's like if you take a string and then you cut the string into tiny pieces and rearrange them, and so they're out of order, or you cut little pieces out of the string and take them out. It's like his timeline is non-linear now. And so what we have to do is basically reconstruct the pieces that are missing and put them back in.
How would you ever know what order string's supposed to go in?
Sorry, maybe this metaphor or whatever is not the best thing to explain this. But just know that we just need to relinearize him.
Oh boy.
All right.
Dad, that sounds heavy.
Sounds hard.
Oh, it's really not that hard. I have a few magical objects and I can do this work myself, I believe. I think that I can fix your friend with a little device here. But just because you brought Grim with you and Grim hasn't seen me in 100 years, I think you guys owe me one. And so I also need your help.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're a bunch of strapping young men. You look like a little bit of a creative bunch. I could see this guy here is a bard from 100 miles away.
Yes, of course. Did the loot give me away?
Yes. And
Okay.
your charismatic demeanor.
Oh, well, thank you. What do you need, Dad?
So I have a giant cuckoo clock that I've been working on in the backyard.
Oh, we could tell.
Oh.
The thing is, like, I'm very, very good with the mechanics, but I want this thing to put on a show every hour when it goes off. So I want your guys' help designing what happens at the hour when this giant cuckoo clock goes off.
Oh my god. Okay. Dad,
Okay.
it would be our honor.
Yeah, we got a while till the Valkyrie arrives anyway. For some reason, we didn't bring the tempura guy with us, so
Tempura guy.
Tempura guy.
Our friend is tempura'd.
They call him Deep Fried Perry.
He's temporally unstable.
His breadcrumbs are just rubbing off.
We have to rearrange the breadcrumbs.
Well, perfect. I'm so happy that this is able to happen. I can get to work and then, Grim, my boy, I want you to oversee this as the foreman to make sure that everything mechanically is sound, but leave these guys up to the creative stuff. I know how you are with machines and stuff and how you aren't with the art and stuff. And Grim just says, okay, well, thanks, Dad. Yeah, well, we'll go out and say hi to Mom and we'll get started on that. He's like, you still got those Modron helpers? He's like, yes, of course. And he snaps his fingers and you see all these little like mechanical humanoids walk out of a closet, and they're like shaped like cubes and prisms, and they have these little tiny mechanical legs, and they go up to you and they all have like one eye that's implanted in the face of their shape, and they're all standing there and looking up at you. And Dad says, Modrons, you're gonna be here and you're gonna help these guys build the rest of the cuckoo clock. And the Modrons just salute him and they go over to you. And Grim's like, yeah, my dad picked these up down a while ago. They're Modrons. They're little mechanical helpers. They're usually from the realm of mechanists, but these guys got lost and now we own them as kind of people. So some might say slaves, but they're also robotic.
As kind of people.
yikes.
He's from a different generation.
Yeah. Hundreds of years ago.
And they're from a realm, so another realm.
Oh, Dad.
And so Dad goes, okay, shoo, I need my time.
What, so we're going out back to look at the cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
Do you want us to like implement our design as well?
Yeah, just have these Modrons help you.
Okay. We'll have at it.
All right. I believe in you, sons.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
And he goes over and he hugs Orc.
my God.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna rage. Hey, give him a big old hug. All right, Dad, we're gonna do this.
Oh, it's so tight. That was good.
Yeah. All right. I'm going out back.
All right, good luck. And he turns around. And so you guys walk out the back of the hut, and you are now in the corral, and you see a bunch of goats and cows, and you see a short woman walking towards you, and she's carrying 2 buckets of milk, and she approaches you and says, "Hey, how's it going, guys?"
Mom, I presume.
Yeah, it's me, Mom.
Your son sounds just like you.
I know, it's like the same thing, just slightly higher.
I see where he gets it, Mom.
Almost like
And
a
Henry.
teenage Grim. That's
Like, wow, you have your mom's voice.
I was gonna say it sounds like what I imagined the voices for a Far Side cartoon wife is.
I picture Far Side almost like being like a Jersey accent or something that's like, or a New York accent.
yeah.
You never call. I'm so happy to have my boy back. And Mom goes over and hugs Grim's like, well, aren't you gonna introduce me to your friends?
Amp
like-
ya?
Yeah, this is Puff, Orc, and Yenri. We're helping Dad out with the big clock project. It's like, oh, that's wonderful. Well, I'm glad that you have something to keep you company. Also, it's weird that you haven't been here in 100 years.
You never call.
Wow.
I've sent raven after raven, and you've never replied to my ravens.
You never raven me anymore.
Wow, your mom's great, Grim. I love her.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Mom. I've just been really busy doing stuff for the last 100 years. It kind of slipped my mind. Like, it's okay, honey. I love you anyway. Well, I'm going to give you a big hug here because it's been a while. But then you guys go make us proud and build that cuckoo clock.
I just love that idea that dwarves can live for hundreds of years, and it's totally reasonable that you could slip your mind to call for 100 years. Just like a blink of an eye. Oh man, has 100 years gone by?
It'd be the same thing if us didn't talk in 10 years and then you just come back 10 years later and be like, oh, hey,
I've been busy.
I've been busy, work.
Oh my
Working
god.
for 10 years straight. It's like, if you guys get thirsty, just let me know. I'll bring you out some fresh goat milk.
Ooh.
We do love goat milk.
Yeah. You guys, maybe some beer too?
Oh,
You
Yeah.
know the powder keg?
Oh, yeah. We have powder cakes every Thursday
You and
That's
Pop's got a
with the
liquor cabinet in there?
Roethlisbergs.
The Roethlisberg. Mom and Dad Roethlisberg.
Exactly. All right, well, good luck. And she shuffles away and leaves you guys there. So before you guys are seeing this giant wooden structure, and it's kind of like 3-tiered. So you have a big base layer that's like 60 feet wide and maybe 20 feet high, and it has a bunch of doors on it. And then there's a second tier that's maybe half the size. So it's kind of like blocks. If you had like 3 blocks on the bottom and then 2 blocks and then 1 block at the top. So it's kind of this block pyramid, and each level has several doors on it. And the top level actually has a giant clock face on it that's currently ticking. But there's some like scaffolding that's set up around this, and like it's half painted. But you can see that the hands are moving, and you can hear like kind of a big click as the clock is moving.
Wow.
That's quite a clock.
that's the biggest clock I've seen.
So,
So
is it supposed to cuckoo? Are we sort of bound by that idea?
He's like, yeah, my dad's been working on this for years. I can go up and adjust the clock to make it cuckoo itself. I'm gonna go.
What? I don't know if we wanted to do that.
Keep it PG here, Graham.
You guys don't want to cuckoo yourselves?
Oh God, the clock is cuckooing itself. It does that every hour.
Whew. Ow. So Grimm's is like, so I'm gonna go up there and test it out quickly. And he goes over and you see him like click these two little things on his boots, and then you see that he has like little rocket boots, and he just like flies up to the top there, and he goes behind the clock, and you hear some banging briefly, and then you hear a big gong, like gong, gong, and you see some of the flaps of the doors like open and shut, but nothing really remarkable happens. And so he looks at us like, yep, so it is able to cuckoo, but there's nothing in it, so there's nothing to cuckoo.
That sounded like gong gong to me.
Yeah, that's because there's no cuckoo.
I thought you just said it's able to cook. I'm confused.
Sorry, this is my fault.
I'm no horologist.
I don't know the technical term, but because there's no cuckoo.
It can cuckoo, but there is no cuckoo in it.
Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah, there you go, brother. All right, well, I'm going to keep looking at the mechanisms up here, make sure it's mechanically sound. You guys start storyboarding.
Oh,
All right. So, cuckoo clock.
cuckoo clock.
Let's do word
Word
association.
association? Oh,
Oh, that's all we do on this show.
that's what I was going to say. We're on the same page.
Oh my God.
Get out of my head!
All of our words are associated.
We are Sundberg.
I feel temporally unstable. So what do we? So we got how many blocks? We got like 6 blocks
Yeah.
and like a half dozen doors.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a gong
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
and the ability to coo.
But no cuckoo.
Do we know any chickens? I don't think we know any chickens.
What?
Do we know any chickens?
Like on speed dial?
Like Greg?
Was Greg a chicken? Oh, they were kind of bird people.
They were bird people, but not
Yeah.
chickens. They're
That's
more
why
like
they-
penguins.
Greg was a chicken.
Stuff them and put them in the clock?
No,
Greg
no,
was a
no.
coward.
No, I'm not talking about killing anyone we know. I'm talking about making an edifice. What's the word? Making an homage to them.
Yeah.
We make an homage to ourselves.
Oh, yeah. I like that idea.
You're like you mean like we're the cuckoo?
Yeah. Like we are the cuckoo.
Wait, how many doors are there? We could make
6.
little homages to all our friends popping out of the clock.
Oh,
Do we have 6 friends?
Well, there's Grim and Mom and Dad.
2 of those we met today.
Our best
They're
friends.
creating a little family tree there.
Yeah.
Grib, Mom, Dad, Orc, Henry, Puff.
Yeah.
oh, that'd be cute.
The
whole
Hardhammer
family.
What's our name? What's our
Forehammer.
Forehammer.
Hard hammer. That's
You get the Roethlisbergs in there.
I think they'd really appreciate that from the sounds of it.
I think Dad would love that.
It's like, he even got the Roethlisberg in there.
Oh, the final coup should be Slash a Fierce.
The last Forehammer.
This is her big
Slash of
debut.
Fierce.
Yeah, that is the name of her upcoming album, The Final Coup.
It's a much lighter album after last heavy metal Goku yourself.
That was her sophomoric album after I Am Slasha Fierce. There was Goku
Yeah.
Yourself.
And then,
And
yeah,
then the final
a whole
coup.
rebellious phase of fuck you.
Faku.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I think making a nice little family, they'd really appreciate that. As long as we can be part of that family.
All right.
He said
Grip.
sons.
Grim, do
We're
you have any
in.
siblings?
Nope, I'm an only child.
Perfect. We're his siblings now.
That's why you can see I'm the only child syndrome, given everything and don't appreciate any of it.
That's very self-aware of you, Grim.
I know, I'm learning a lot.
So how do we build this stuff?
And when each person comes out, well, we got the mododrons.
Yep, the
Hobodrons.
Modrons.
Modrons?
We just tell them to make a grim.
Yeah.
Or we could arts and crafts time.
We don't have any trees to slap or anything.
Turtles to kill. Do you have like a Michael's nearby?
Yeah, there's a Fantasy Michaels down the street.
Fantasy Michael.
You guys want to go to Fantasy Michael's or do you prefer Joanne's?
I don't know. That sounds like. Is that like Magic Mike?
Fantasy Michael's across the street from Magic Michael's.
Yeah.
I think we should each take a family member. See who makes the best.
I'm just going to have Mordrons do mine.
You still gotta instruct them.
Go for it. I don't trust those things. I can do better on my own.
Okay. Well, little robot friends. Kind of people.
And they beep and boop back at you.
Make a me that will fit in that block.
All right, and they get together, and you see them like little blowtorches come out of their hands, and they start walking over to different, like there's like maybe 30 of them there, and they walk over to a rock, and they start blowtorching it, and you see like some metal starting to form on it, like it's getting like shiny, and then they start forming it, and it's basically just a metal statue of Yenri.
Ta-da!
All right, that was pretty fast.
No, feel free. Go for it, Orc. Do yours with hands.
All right, I'm gonna take my great axe and my hand axes. I'm gonna chop up one of these tree stumps over here and whittle an orc.
Perfect. So you see there's a few big logs that have been like pre-cut that are like laying by there. They're nice blanks for you to use.
Perfect.
Yeah, make a whittle orc.
Whittle orc.
You guys are already part of the family, already
Oh,
making
puns.
terrible dad jokes.
Don't make me clock you, Yenri.
Oof. Oof, my funny bone. All right. roll a performance check.
Oh, 6.
All right, so you start hacking away with your axes, and you end up with an orc that has like one leg that's quite a bit shorter than the other one, and it's holding two little axes itself, and then it has like a face on it that kind of, I'm trying to think of what I compared it to, like the scarecrows in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, like a really scratchy smiley face. Or like the Scarecrow in Howl's Moving Castle. Like just like a painted on grin.
Ta-da!
Looks
You guys are speechless.
looks handmade.
Charming.
Grim yells down at you, he's like, I love it, buddy! It
Thanks.
really speaks to your character.
Thanks. Thanks, Grim. Sounded sincere. Thank you.
It was.
Okay. Puff is gonna use animate objects to
Yes.
control a bunch of random shit on the ground.
All right, you got logs, you got rocks, you got. I guess there's like cows and goats, but those aren't inanimate objects. There's pieces of pottery scattered about that are a bunch of different colors. You got some paint buckets. There's some brooms. There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I'll just like grab a hodgepodge of that stuff, all Fantasia style,
Yeah.
and make it all dance together. And make yourselves into the likeness of me,
All right. You see
your master.
the brooms on the wall start bobbing up and down, and little arms start sprouting from them. And the same thing with the rocks and logs, and they're all bumping up and down to music, I guess. And they start surrounding you, and they're bobbing up and down. And then they walk over, and you see one of the brooms take the other broom, and it like snaps it in half.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Oh
you see-
no!
Oh, God, it's getting brutal.
No one said art was pretty.
you see some of the rocks stack on top of each other, and then you see one of the brooms grab little rocks, and they start hitting the rocks that are stacked up, and you see pieces like flaking
Oh,
off
God, I'm
of them.
sorry.
And that carnage continues for a couple of minutes. And
Oh, God, it's like a tiny war zone.
then you say tiny or tidy?
I suppose both. As the pieces get swept up by the half broom.
What a tidy war zone.
It's pleasing to me.
And eventually you have a puff-looking statue that's mostly made out of rock, and then it's like a woven cloak made out of the straw from the brooms, and you're holding like a little staff that's one of the broom handles, and you see a little like puff of fog come out of the rock at the very end, right out of where your mouth would be.
Oh, that looks pretty great. I'm proud of that.
Well done.
All right.
So now you have your 3 statues.
How do we make them cuckoo?
Well, we got to make Mom, Dad, and Grim still as well.
Fine.
We were, in true form, we were selfish in this endeavor. Should we just ask the Motorons to make them?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask those morons to make more things.
Okay, little robot buddies. Can you make a mom and a daddy? A mommy and a
And a
daddy out of the
Grimmy?
rock?
And they salute at you, and they start doing the same thing they did with Yenri, like going over to a rock and banging out these like metal statues of mom and dad, and they're done. And so Yenri and the mom and dad are all metal statues.
I feel like we need something special for Grim.
Maybe it should just be Grim.
Like he just has to stay here forever now?
Mom and dad would
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, if we, just for the inaugural cuckoo, if Grim popped out.
And so for every day after that, the parents are just reminded of how their son's not home. 'Cause there's a gap in the cuckoo clock.
Yeah, it just reminds them that there's a hole in their heart.
Like every parent wants.
Wow, it's too real.
Man, we should have hidden Grim this whole time, and he could have revealed himself
Yeah.
in the cuckoo club.
And ta-da!
I don't know. They probably forgot. They're like 700 years old, and he's been gone for 100
Yeah.
years.
They come outside, they're like, "Who are you 3? Get out of our
Oh my
yard."
God, Grim! Like, this is why I don't come home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so we do a little something special for Griminy. Maybe we can dress up one of these cows.
His full name, Griminy.
Griminy Cricket?
Cricket.
Forehammer.
Forehammer. Griminy.
Griminy,
Griminy.
Griminy.
Griminy of
Grim-
Doomdumdorth.
Grim Cuckoo. Yeah, well, we can have we can have Grim pose for the first time and then replace him with a fake afterwards, I guess. It would be a lovely reveal for his parents.
Yeah, maybe they won't even be able to tell the difference. Maybe they just think he's home.
Every hour. Grim! Oh, man, I wish he could have stayed longer.
We'll make his cuckoo him saying, "I gotta go," and then he just pulls back into the clock.
Yeah, so you go, hey, guys, gotta go.
See you in an hour.
That's the chime.
I love that clock.
It's like a son to me. So Grim yells down at you guys like, I have, if you guys are making me, I have something special we can throw on. I have my high school letter jacket. We can probably put that on the me.
All right.
Grim, do you think you could design like a gear you? I feel like we need to capture your mechanical prowess in this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Modrons could help you out with that.
Can we just...
Okay.
Hey, Grim, do you have Modrons back at the Valkyrie?
I do not.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm liking the idea of like taking cuckoo clock parts and like making me out of cuckoo clock parts. And I think that my dad will love it because he's a horologist. And like maybe my heart can be like an actual, like it looks like a heart and you can see the ticking gears through glass. So it's like my heart's beating.
Oh,
Oh, like you're saying we should take a heart out of this cow and like stick it in the...
No.
I thought you were saying we should find a heart.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that would be pretty amazing if I replaced my heart with a mechanical heart and then I put my real heart in mechanical Grim. And so, like, my heart's beating here, like, with my family.
It's like Iron Man.
I'm open to it.
But gross.
Grim's parents come out and they're like, what have you done?
I am Grim.
Now he'll never leave your house.
Mm-hmm.
That does sound pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I mean, the old ticker's been acting up lately, so replacing it with the new ticker would be not the worst idea.
I mean, I don't want that literal blood on my hands.
Modrons, perform heart surgery. And you see all the Modrons run up to him, and he lies down. And you see a bunch of like scalpels and stuff, and you see a few that are like holding lights, and they're all having surgical masks on, and they're working away up there. And you see a little bit of blood pooling around his legs, and they're like sopping it up with little cotton balls and stuff. And then like 20 minutes later, he comes back up and he's like, easy peasy. And he's holding this little box that has his heart in it, and it's still beating, and you can see little tubes of blood.
Wait a minute.
That really got away from us.
I don't see what the problem is.
Modrons, give me a mechanical third arm.
And the Modrons run over to you, and they look up at you, and one of them points you to like lay down on the ground.
All right, I lay down.
All right, and they put you under. Let's see how well this goes.
Holy shit, cybernetics. It's easy, apparently.
It's so easy.
Make third arm easy with Modrons.
So easy.
So easy.
Is this something you really want to do?
Well, you put me under. I can't back out now.
Yeah. My literal, like, pause on doing this, like, man, every time I'm going to draw orc, I have to draw a goddamn robot arm.
I don't care what you have to draw.
That is not my problem.
All right, fair. I appreciate your honesty.
Is it like just under one of your other arms? Or is it like sticking out of your
Back?
He did not specify a location before being put under.
Modrons, roll a die.
Up to the Modron. It's just a little 2-inch arm sticking out of his neck.
Good for scratching that hard to reach itch.
Yeah.
This is just like Bedazzled, where you're making the deal with the devil and it just goes wrong like every time.
Take my strong hand.
At least then, Eric, you can just draw that once and then just like paste it on after you're done with the drawing. Yoink. Yoink.
You should get a tiny arm coming off of your wrist, and then you'd be like really good at sleight of hand magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys are telling the Modrons what to do.
No.
Oh, yeah, we're
Standing
just
back.
like conspiring.
The Modrons look over at Yenri and Puff, and like he's like has a scalpel in his hand, and one of them's lowering it down very slowly and looking at you.
I mean, probably make it arm sized. I don't know where he'd want this.
Maybe he'd want it like a tail.
Like a butt arm?
Like a butt arm.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of nice. You could even sit on it.
Like a fist just...
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't mind that.
Look, Orc, now you're like me. Are we truly deciding the fate of Orc's weird arm?
I feel like this isn't what Dad wanted us to be doing back here.
Probably not.
I leave you alone for 5 minutes.
You did what with my Modron?
So Grim yells down at you guys like, just to let you know, with the whole mechanical like limb thing, like my heart, they replaced a heart with a mechanical heart. If they put a robot arm on there, he might not be able to control it.
Oh, like it'll just have a mind of its own?
I don't have
Or
arm.
it'll just be like a
Limp.
arm.
Well, he didn't really specify. Do you think he wants, a replacement arm or?
Oh, we could do it and ask later.
Okay.
What's your is a robot arm stronger than a regular arm?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, well then yes.
He
Let's
would probably
do
want that.
Okay. Go at it, Modrons. And so the Modrons start working on Orc, and you see them like chop his arm off with a knife, and one of them goes in and like cauterizes it, and then you see them form this mechanical arm out of like some of the actual Modrons and some of like metal that they smelt out of rocks. And so there's this like clockwork metal arm that they then create a socket for and plug it in, and Orc is now lying on the ground. And Orc, your eyes start to flutter awake, and you feel that your right arm is a little bit different.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. Didn't I say third arm?
I mean, your second arm's over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, I'll just throw that in a sheath on my back. Got the 3 arms. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the Modrons capped your other arm to preserve it, so it's like Grimm's heart, where it's still alive, but yeah.
What? Wow.
Can they socket that up so we can swap out flesh arm and robot arm?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, he's like Mr. Potato Orc.
I was gonna say he was like
man.
a clockwork orc. After
Come on, we got more.
I was just going to use my old arm as a melee weapon.
You can still do
I
that.
do love that.
That's
It's like a limp slap with your.
the slap of destiny.
I can use it to reach faraway things.
like a grabby claw.
Yeah. So Orc, if you you now have a +1 to attack that you can add on
Oh, like on melee or everything?
everything.
Ooh.
And if you're fighting with your other arm, you have a 10-foot reach for unarmed strikes.
Could I hold the great axe in my other arm?
Nope, the leverage doesn't work out.
Wow, this worked out well.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was hoping for a butt arm, but this works, I guess.
We learned it would be a limp butt arm, and that seems like more of a hindrance than a help. So
Limp butt.
Strong butt, limp butt arm tail.
yeah, what's a limp arm butt?
The next iteration of Limp Biscuit. Limp butt arm.
Arm butt. Arm butt or butt arm? Oh, man. Thanks, morons. This is great.
Why are you talking to us or the robots?
I never tell.
All right, so you guys now have your 6 finished things. The Modrons go over and they finish Clockwork Grim, and they have the heart installed in him, and he can like move. He's like a full like Pirates of the Caribbean animatronic robot. And so the Modrons get to work and they start like shifting some things around, and they install all of you guys. So the 3 of you are at the bottom, and then Mom and Dad are in the middle, and then Grim is at top. And then Grim yells down at you guys like, "So what should the chime be? Are we going with my voice, or you want some music? What are you thinking there?"
Do you have a way to record?
Oh,
Like
yeah, of course.
catchphrases?
Both
Yeah, both.
music
well.
and catchphrase.
Yeah, I'll record the voiceover for Mecha Grim here, and then if there's a melody you want to put into this thing, then let me know.
Should we all have catchphrases? Pop out bottom row, middle, top, and then music?
Ooh, I like that idea. I know exactly what I want my mom to say.
That's weird.
Like, yeah, she's gonna say, "You never call."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, weirdos.
Can Dad say, "I'm a horologist"?
Yeah, sure.
Like just things we've heard them say today.
I'm a horologist. Danny DeVito style.
Yeah.
Whore.
I kind of imagine him as Danny DeVito.
Because you're whores, children.
That's what I call clocks.
My horse.
My
Whores.
These are my whores.
I don't know what we should say. Do we need to say anything?
I feel like we should throw in some of our favorite lines from the Brotherverse.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is like our callback episode.
In honor of 2 years.
I like that.
What were those lines we were saying earlier?
So Yenri can say, "Ain't you never seen a horse before?"
Yeah.
Puff will say, "Ouch, my fingies."
I don't know what one of Orc's.
Salamander Man killing all the salamanders.
Killing all salamanders.
Salamanders.
All right, so you guys speak these voices into the Modrons, and then the Modrons walk over, and each one like hops up and creates a little mechanical thing behind it, and they like upload the audio file into this little mechanical structure behind you. And so Grim comes down and joins you guys, and the whole thing closes up. It looks beautiful, and he's like, "Well, I guess we should get Mom and Dad out here and show them the final work." And
Yeah,
so
wait,
he
I have the perfect idea for the music. It can go like bum bum ba bum 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 bum.
yeah,
Like bell tones. It'll be great.
yes. All right. So Grim goes over and he knocks on the door, and then Mom and Dad come out, and he's like, Dad says, "Oh my God, it looks beautiful. It looks so pretty." He's like, "I'm so excited to see it." He's like, "Can we make it run? Can I see it?" And Grim's like, "Calm down, Dad. Yeah, we're gonna get it set up here in just a second." And so he whispers to a Modron, and one of the Modron runs up on the clock tower. He's like, "All right, in 3, 2, 1." And you hear like the big gong go, and then the doors open up, and you hear,
Killing all salamanders.
Ouch, my fingies! Ain't you never seen a horse before? You never call! I'm a horologist!
and then Grim at the top says,
Hey, guys!
and when he comes out, you see like Mom and Dad, they like hug Grim's arms, and they're so like, "Oh my God, is that your heart?" He's like, "It really is. I give it all to you." They're like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then you see him go,
Alright, bye!
and he goes back in, and then you start to hear the music play.
Well, I hope that's what you wanted, Dad.
Yeah, our Mom and Dad like, I didn't really get the references of the first few things.
Nah, they loved it. There's tears in their eyes.
Hope you enjoy these 3 strangers every hour. Dropping abstract lines.
It's beautiful. I'll always remember the fact that you built this clock because you're in the clock.
Yeah, we made
It's
sure of
beautiful.
And I'll always remember you too, because I cut off my arm.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tempted to do my whole body.
That would be a thing.
that. Remember, you can't feel with that arm now.
Hey, that's a good thing. I can't cuckoo myself.
Now it feels like a stranger is
now you
cuckooing
can
you.
cuckoo yourself.
Yeah. Someone else cuckooing me.
Well, Dad, now that we finished your cuckoo clock, do you think you could maybe help us with our temporally challenged friend?
Oh, yeah. Now I have that right here. It's done.
Oh,
And he holds this vial up to you, and you see the swirling liquid inside. He's like, "So what you're going to want to do is put this ointment on his chest like Vicks Vapor Rub."
that pause had me worried, Dad.
Don't cuckoo him? No, definitely don't cuckoo him. You might lose him forever.
Oh, we should warn him.
It might be too
cuckooing
late.
right now. No, he's in stasis. He's fine.
frozen.
So rub it on his chest.
Yeah, apply this 3 times a day for 2 days, and he should be temporally stable.
Can he do that himself?
No. He should probably stay in stasis.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
No problem.
I'm sure he'll be very happy to be stabilized.
I think so. But yeah, I appreciate the clock, you guys. The clock is great. You want to come in for dinner? We're making temporal shrimp. And you guys go inside and have powder kegs and temporal shrimp with the Forehammers, and the Roethlisbergs come over later. and you play Pinochle, and you have a great time.
That was a great string of funny words.
How lovely.